Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ESA Cup. My name is Bozemox, and for tonight, I am accompanied by Lennox. Good evening, or afternoon, I should say to you.
Afternoon here. Hey, Bowls. Hey, folks. Hey, Rainbow Six lovers. It's a pleasure to be back here on the booth for another very interesting match. Let's see what is going to roll. It's going to be a decisive match, and I love those kind of matches. I love playoffs as a whole, so I'm excited. Let's see.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting match. Of course, the match could see it right below us right now as well. It's going to be Fennix versus MG Aspire. Yesterday, we already seen one of the MG teams, which is MG Ryuga, play against Entropy, where they unfortunately did not succeed, and therefore they have dropped one round ahead of these guys in the lower brackets. But for now, today, we're going to have another MG match, which is going to be Aspire. This is the lower bracket, so the loser of this match will actually, unfortunately, be eliminated, while the other team will move on further along the bracket. And actually, we're talking about this bracket. We can just quickly bring it up to actually give all of our viewers a bit of a better understanding of what we're up to. You can see right now, kind of in the middle of the lower bracket, is today's match: Fennix versus Aspire. Where then tomorrow we also have MVG versus Team Frequency. But the winner of this match will play next week against Envision Esports, where the winner of tomorrow will play against MG Ryuga. It will actually be very interesting if MG Aspire wins today and wins the next match, and then if MG Ryuga also wins the next match, because then we will have a lower bracket semi-final between two MG teams. So that will be very devastating for Musa, their organization owner, as he will need to say goodbye to one of his teams. Either way, then, but of course, it might not happen because, of course, these other teams are very good as well. Well, pretty much, I believe all of our teams are ready. So we're actually not going to keep them waiting much longer. We'll talk about the map bans and the prediction during the game. And that way we can just make up for a bit of time and don't keep all of our players and viewers waiting for too long. So let's just jump straight into the game right here. Because Lennox, what is our first map for today?
Yeah, let's get begin with Café Dostoyevsky. Let's see how things are gonna roll here, because as we know, as we were talking on the backstage, Bowls, this is one of the most defensive-sided maps that we have in the competition. Right after Skyscraper, excuse me, it's gonna be the second map where the defensive side most won rounds against the offensive one. So I'm curious to see how the show is gonna begin, and after that we're gonna have Border, and finally eventually we're gonna go to Chalet. So we're talking about a sequence of maps that's gonna take us from a more defensively strong setups from the teams to like a more balanced, I would say, combination between offensive and defensive sides. That's gonna be cool to watch during this best of 3 maps series, Bows. We have seen the predictions. I think we can show to folks how not balanced they are, because expectations pretty much higher to one side rather than the balance between the two of them. So I don't know how this match is gonna go. Predictions lastly on our ESA Cup have been defeated by the gameplay itself. So I'm not predicting anything.
Yeah, we can quickly bring them up after these operator bans have been done. Then we'll have a look at the predictions and the map bans as well, which we haven't had time yet. But in the end, 4 operator bans have now appeared on our screen. Ying and Mira by the side of MG Aspire versus was the Flores and the Zami from the side of Fennix Esports. Not too out of ordinary operators. Mira, you don't see being banned that often on Cafe per se, but she's a great operator. And for that way, I can completely understand why she has been banned. Right now, here on the screen, we can actually see the social vote, which actually has shifted a little bit, Lennox, since we have last seen it. Because, of course, those have only closed about, maybe 7 minutes ago. So that's actually a little bit of a shift there. You can see most of the production team seems to have voted for Aspire, and also most of the community, 25 versus 75% in the favor of Aspire. So that's pretty huge. And then the other thing that we still owe our viewers, Lennox, are the map ban. So let's take a look at that one as well.
Yes. There it is. No Skyscraper, no Chalet. I said wrongly. We're gonna go to Bank, sorry, as a second map. Okay. Yeah, cool. There it is, finally. The right sequence. Yeah, but I mean, no Bank, no Skyscraper, no Oregon. It's pretty much like smaller map as we know, no Clubhouse, no Consulate, no Night Haven. So yes, as I was saying before, a trend from a defensively stronger maps into more like balanced ones. There it is, round one already rolling, and Fennix Esports now having to prove themselves against Aspire. As we know, Fennix have been beaten recently the Bullist and then Team Black as well for 2-0 on the first round here of the lower bracket. So they're gonna have a hard way against Spire, who are inspiring more confidence from the audience and the fans.
As usually there. Yes, so we're now the first round here of Cafe Dostoyevsky, where, like as usual, most of the first minute is usually used by the attacking side to just ascend the building. It's a quite tall building, and the top floor plays a vital role on conquesting this building. And for that reason, we see most of the players are playing on the top floor. Various castle barricades have been placed. For this, of course, the breaching charges can be used, which interestingly, ESA actually decides to use one of his ace charges, which are quite valuable, but he will have 3 in total, so he will still have 1 left for later on. That was a bit of an interesting choice there.
Yes, we have Aspire again, as you said, using their time and trying to set up this attack, seeing what is going to roll ready with, as we see, like Fennix locating the bombs, and they're gonna go for the fights as well as Boris takes Future down, and Aspire now having to resist, having to prevent this attack the most they can. One thing that we could see is that 2 rounds open, so I don't know if it's gonna be eventually picked or brought to the next 2 rounds over here. As we have the image from Boris again, confident enough, he already made the first pick. Carol giving it back this damage and delving into major, as we could just tell, but there it is, 4-3 in favor of Fennix to keep the confidence and keep the pace in the attack, but without any kind of, necessary acceleration. They're going patiently, they're going to build this slowly.
Yeah, and this brings us with the 4 versus 3 situation with only 45 seconds remaining. So Tigers have already done a pretty good job. They have the man advantage. They have made a bit of an entry into the building. They did unfortunately lose that ace, which would have been very useful to breach some of those walls that have been reinforced. And unfortunately also been guard falling to the hands of Snelly, who now has been taken care of as well. Leaves us back to an equal 3 versus 3. It's that Solus who's playing downstairs together with Snelly. But then Casper here inside of the freezer finds a kill onto 06, which now leaves Bull and Kwanga left standing for this. Beautiful kill here onto Snelly. Takes out Snelly, or at least injures him. Leaves Hookah the last man standing for the side of Team Aspire. The only remaining defensive player finds almost ahead of Kwanga. But no, Kwanga himself gets the kill instead. Secures the first round here for the side of Fennix. And that's a beautiful opening round for the offensive team on the map of Cafe.
Yeah, good job by Fennix, opening the breaches spots and getting in there, and of course opening the scoreboard against Aspire, as we are gonna go to the second round. And again, Aspire using Fenrir, bringing also Solis, so bringing, the most, I would say, the strongest operators on the defensive side that we know these days in the current meta. And I mean, trying to do a good job, trying to protect spots and potential entry points, but it was not enough because Fennix, they were right there. They were also trading better, having the edge on numbers and killing more from the first moments. Now the second round to row, and let's see how they're gonna change, if Aspire is gonna change anything, because Fennix again located the bomb and managed to do their way to this 1-0.
Yeah, but with the side of Aspire, unfortunately not succeeding on the defense. They're just going for a second attempt on that same bomb side. Nothing wrong with that at all. Right, with the right kind of adjustments, they might be victorious this time around. I mean, the round ended a little bit close between the 2 teams. But in the end, it was the side of Fennix being victorious. But yeah, but just with the right kind of adjustments, perhaps not making certain mistakes or just doing things a little bit better, the side of Aspire might have a little bit more of luck this time around.
Aspire to keep the trust, keep the confidence, as we know. Again, trying to move onwards, as you said, to face MG Ryoga on the next round, which is going to be next 2 weeks. So I'm curious to see how this game is going to roll. It's going to be a 2 maps match or a 3 maps match. We do not know. Things are just getting started. We're just warming up. And it's good to see our chat already, like with a lot of friends and Rebel 6 lovers. So just follow us and keep sharing the stream link, of course, in socials. As we see another slow start by Fennix, waiting, using the patience. We have guard, we have major, a lot of these players trying to move on the competition. and Aspire doing or trying to do the same. Last week we've seen Carol and Casper playing together, as they told us, both in the same place and like sharing, of course, the hand cam and sharing Wi-Fi. I was joking with Kelster.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, these guys trying to do a better job, and Casper definitely to try to get this game like faster when it comes to killing. But about the killings, Huka takes a guard down to begin with, and that's Aspire already having the numbers.
Yeah, that was a very close one there. Again, go for second attempt here. Maya would just spotted the feet of Carol. Goes for a second attempt on the drop. Finds Carol. Takes him out with the headshot. So that's the mute. And that annoying and strong position with a shotgun not taken care of. Which is a big victory here for the side of Fennix. Who now have a bit more clearance and a bit more safety to play with. As they can now enter getting a little bit safer. They have control over most of the western side of the map. With potentially still a little bit of danger lurking on the side of on Pixel, close to Casper. Casper's one of the big problems they still have. He can easily peek around the corner and try to find anyone playing inside of Sega Lounge. But for now, at least, they have got a bit of a foothold. And we'll be able to do a bit more. Ace also staying alive a little bit longer, does have the utility that he can use to breach those walls. But with the mute jumpers that have been placed, they will need to deal with those first. Otherwise, they cannot breach the walls. But somehow it seems that they have actually managed to do so. And this will allow them to open up those walls, create new lines of sight for him and his teammates, and
there it is. 6 taking nearly down. Dropping the diffuser. We have Fennix now trying to cook this round, and suddenly, over time, gradually taking the kills and taking Future down as well. 4v2. They finally have the diffuser back again. Let's see how they're gonna get back to this one. Triple kill by 0-6. What a sequence by him, being decisive on this round. And just Huka's gonna be the last man alive. He himself goes for a double kill, using the stairs now, trying to take his head out of the cover, but was not enough because Major was right there, and he brought the final bullet on the table. As we see now, Fennix pretty much confidence and you know doing what they need to do here, boys.
Yeah, and especially on the offense, it's quite remarkable that they actually are doing so well. So it's really impressive. 2-0 already on the board in favor of Fennix. Something that I wouldn't see coming, given the defensive status, defensive favorability of a game like Rainbow Six Siege, but also the community and production predictions that we have seen quite in favor of Aspire. But so far, we are being proven wrong. But at the same time, it's also still a little bit early to judge. Therefore, we cannot really say. Also, one thing I want to actually inform our viewers of, today we're actually running a little bit on a smaller lineup in terms of the production crew. I mean, the shortages of people is not just happening on a professional base, like on jobs and companies, but also for ESA. So today we're actually running a 2-man job right here with Lanix casting and me observing casting and producing. And as I've been informed by our chat, there's actually some kind of sound issue right now at Lennox. I'm actually giving the word to you so I can actually quickly listen in to see what the problem is actually, what kind of problem we're facing and what might be causing it, so I can hopefully find a solution to it.
Attackers are heading out to defuse
Oh,
bomb.
good. I'm sure our lovers, our Rainbow Six lovers and fans and friends here, followers, understand. Yes, folks, so far keeping the 100% rate on covering the matches for y'all, so I hope you all enjoy. I'm a Brazilian casting in English. I'm transitioning to the English casting. I've been watching to some Rainbow Six stuff lately, but not as much as you guys, so thanks for your patience. We're gonna keep growing and having fun together from now on in this season, and of course in the next seasons, hopefully, as we already see in the numbers on both sides being equal, and the round number 3 is being prepped. Let's see how things gonna roll. Fennix, 0-6 Fennix taking Carol as a starter. Elimination to build that confidence and bring things again to your side. That's what we've been saying. Very, very interesting to see Fennix dominating as the offensive side on the map, which is pretty much defensive sided. Let's see if that's gonna stick. That's gonna last for a while to help them to build a case against Aspire over here, both, because Aspire need to do more. That's their responsibility over here.
Indeed, first member of the set of Aspire down. That's again not a good start for them. They have gone to a different bomb site as the top 4 wasn't working out for them as they were hoping to. And once again, the side of Fennix is actually making a good start. Already having some good top 4 control, after which they can now cause self-destruction to wreak havoc onto the bomb sites. You can see the Ram drone has already done a great job on breaching those floors, especially in combination with the Jackal as well, who's running with a secondary shotgun. They're just opening the floor, a living nightmare for the players on side. C4 almost taking out the Ram, however. That would have been a huge win for the defensive side, but just a little bit short on HP or on damage there. Otherwise, they would have gotten the kill, but unfortunately, they didn't. And future gunfights will be very good. Buck also has been brought to the board as well, so self-destruction, there will be plenty of it here for yeah, like I said, it will be very difficult for the members inside to play there. But at the same time, those verticals work in two directions, and that's perfectly being demonstrated here by Snelly, making use of it, getting a kill. Bull, however, with a kill there on Snelly, where another Aspire member also lost his life shortly before. We're now finding ourselves 4 versus 2 in favor of Fennix. Playing outside, again, getting contested from the verticality and getting to the carry, leaving Casper all left standing. And obviously, that's finished. Gets the kill through a trade. That's not good enough, because the attackers are still alive, and therefore they have just won the round. I might have an idea what's actually causing the issues here, and with the tactical timer that's actually happening right now, that gives me a perfect moment to actually try to try a potential fix here, right here. So the screen will go to black for a second, but we will still be here, so don't worry about that. Because first of all, I realized the game audio was behind a little bit on the stream, so this hopefully has fixed that issue. But I also heard something about a weird clicking noise. So please, viewers, of course, we have just done this done this solution. But in 3 minutes from now, because of the stream delay that we're having to protect our players from stream sniping, you guys will, we'll see it. You were seeing it right now when we're saying it. But that's already, of course, 3 minutes ago that we did this fix. So please let me know in the chat if there's still any issues. If so, I'll take another moment of time later on to see if I can put through any other fixes.
Yes, let's see if we can fix this. Sure, it's a minor thing, but talking back to the game or about the game, Bose, it's interesting to mention that Cafe so far has been one of the most picked maps in this season of ESA Cup, folks. 13 times, right? We have to say that it's a very, very frequent map.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
along
as
with
many
Clubhouse,
bombs as they
just
can.
behind Oregon. So these maps are pretty common on the competitive here on the ESA. I'm hoping you guys can also help us, as Bo said, when it comes to the sound and image. So just drop a message on the chat and let us know what is rolling and if things are rolling better. But there it is. We're gonna go to another round, and Fennix so far dominating the game. That's pretty much a surprise, I'm sure, for some of the Aspire fans so far.
Yeah, like I said, giving the defensive nature of the game, the defensive nature of this map,
Yeah.
and then also like the whole predictions and stuff. It's a bit of a surprise where that Fennix is actually doing so well, but at the same time, we have seen these kind of surprises before. Just think back about the Envision
Attackers' objective is
versus
to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Ghost Army game that we had earlier this week on Monday, I believe. Yeah, Monday that was. Also there, most people actually expected Envision to do very well and be victorious, but in the end they actually kind of disappointed. They are not out of the game. They will get a second chance in the lower bracket, so we haven't said goodbye to them yet. They haven't been fully punished for that loss, but they will need to go back to the drawing board a little bit, because they didn't live up to their expectations, probably not to their own either.
Yeah. And on the side of Fennix Sports, we have to mention that it's very, very cool to see how they did not depend on 06. 06 has been, of course, the most, the MVP, let's say, the most offensive player on their side, killing 6 times. But the team does not depend only on him. We could see other players like stepping up and killing on the top of that, especially Major and Boris. And I'm happy to see that, because it shows like how organic the team is, especially on their offensive side now. But as for Aspire, they usually are slower on starting those damage deliveries, or like going for the fights, and of course trading better. Usually they do take some rounds for that, but let's see if that's gonna affect the overall outcome of the map, because they are potentially walking into a 4-0 so far. We're talking about 3-0, of course. There's a lot of room, there's a lot of chances and space for them to reverse this one against Fennix. Let's see if that's gonna happen, because apparently it's already a slower start, but not as much, because Guards takes Carol down, and we have a combination of efforts here with Boris going for the location of the bomb sites, both. And I mean, you're gonna have to keep this pace and keep this momentum, because they're doing so well against Aspire.
Yeah, Aspire on a heavy pressure here. Luckily, Casper getting one kill onto Gardo, but Snelly in lots of danger right now with Casper also jumping in up from the wide stairs to actually help out. For the first time in a long time, it's Aspire also having the man advantage here. So if they're going to get around, this is a good step in the right direction. But at least attackers now have claimed top floor control, I believe. Yes, every single defender has fallen back to the lower floors. This gives a nice bit of opportunity here for the attacking side, who have brought in total of 6 breaching charges, which they can use to open up the floors, make new verticality, lines of sights, and potential entry points by opening up some hatches or whatever. But from here, they can actually contest most of library, which is very useful. They can make sure no one can actually safely play there, after which they can try to go for a which they will likely start doing on the B-bomb, which is library, as they are creating all the verticality there.
Aspire killing more, suddenly fighting the spots and fighting better. Just Major and Quang on the side of Fennix against 2 guys, but that's the first Major goals for a double kill. What a
No way.
It's gonna be the last one alive to get close to bomb itself, and there it is. They make this one for the first time. Aspire managing 3 points.
Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful attempt there from the defense to actually bring things around, and they have actually managed. Very well done. It almost seems like they were going to lose it because suddenly it was a 3 versus 1. But by Solve at least getting those 2 kills, the person carrying the diffuser, I believe it was the Ace, no longer felt safe to commit to the plant and decided to attempt to go for the kill. But with the Solves playing safe, the time ran out.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
managed to
attackers.
win. Lydex, I'm going to listen to the stream one more time. I believe the issue has been fixed, but I just want to make sure myself will take over for a little bit more, please.
Okay. Yes. As I see a lot of our German friends in the chat, I have to try to say Guten Nacht, Danke for staying with us and for being here. I don't know if my German is good, sounds good, but there it is. I'm attempting. Yeah, folks, let's go for the round number 5. Fennix now feeling, wasting some seconds and tasting the defeat on the last round against Aspire. As we see, Aspire defended and setting themselves up for the following steps. Let's see how things are gonna roll. We see that again, Aspire has a lot of crowd control again. Frost hands on Fenrir. They also got a lot of good operators that are gonna allow them to hold and stay a while in places and of course dominate some positions in the map, as Fennix are gonna try to overcome that. They're gonna try to go and hit it harder. They have been managing to do that so far with some duos working pretty much well. And I would mention, of course, 0-6 and other players, but some others also stepping up like Major. In the last round, he was decisive, Bose.
Yeah, we can see currently a lot of utility is being spotted out, and even 0-6 on that Brava, trying to actually even hack some of that utility and working in the favor of the offensive side, which either they can use that in the favor or force the defensive side to destroy their own utility, which of course will be a huge waste. That's a bit of a nice start here for Fennix, just getting that information, weakening some of the defensive setup, after which they soon will make their entry. Hatches are being opened up, Nomads and air jets are being placed to watch the flanks or prevent the flanks, and also Major here with the Ace charges, opening up the first reinforced walls to create those new entry points and line of sight.
Yes, we have Konga. We have that kind of gameplay of patience that needs to be also in your strategy plans. And Fennix, they are doing this so well and going slowly, and trying to find the right spots. As you said before, the verticality is being brought up to the game. 3-1 at this moment, and there it is. We have some drones, we have some information and some intel gathering from this point on, because they're gonna breach it in, and we have already the chance to check on 0-6. He's trying to, of course, track the bomb and track what could be the path for Fennix against Aspire from now on, Bose.
And the Aztecs have made a pretty nice entry on the western side of the map, are getting ready to actually put some pressure onto the bomb sides. They still need to get control over Piano, but also he's getting killed on the castle. That's at least the first defender losing his life. Mai, who now lost his life, but then also Hookah with a response onto 0-6, taking him out as well. Future with a bit of trouble, but finding the kill onto Ball himself instead. And with a 3 versus 4, it's now in favor of the defensive side once more. Kwanga with a kill on Carol, Snelly with a kill on Guard, 2 versus 3. Mejo and Kwanga, of which Kwanga just got a kill onto Snelly, evens out of the playing fields by evening it out, but get another kill, triple in total for him, and with Major getting the final kill on Hookah, a round that almost seemed to go to Aspire, and because they had the man advantage for a few times, quickly goes to the hands of Fennix, potentially thanks to the Nomad air jab, which gave away one of the positions of the defensive players and put him in a very vulnerable position. But either way, Fennix doing extremely well on the offense right now, as they have now gained a 4-1 lead.
Yes, and they're gonna come, I would say, even stronger from now on with that Ash, with Nomad, Termite. They're gonna go for the hard breaching process now, which is usually very cool to see. Again, Aspire needing to change things and needing to, I would say, deliver more, like, especially also on the fighting side of things, on the final half of the rounds, because you can do the best defensive setup you have planned for, but like that's not going to be enough if the other team comes and, you know, comes hard and try to go and fight you from sides, from flanks, as Fennix have been doing. So yeah, it's a good game to see where this is gonna lead. And surely, Bose, as I joked with Kelson last stream, like, yeah, odds. Come on, the odds are totally being reversed here. I would love to bet on Fennix. I would be a millionaire after this game.
Yeah, it's crazy how the odds can flip. At the same time, I just took a quick look at OPL where the map bans have been done, and this is actually the map pick of Fennix. So in a way, it's expected for them to do good on this map, because like this is their favorite map in this case, and they have chosen it for a good reason. But at the same time, it's quite impressive that they're already doing so well on the offense, with still the defense still waiting for them, which might benefit them even further. But, well, even if Fennix then takes this map pick, then next we will be going to, let me just refresh my mind, we are going to Water right after this one, which of course is Aspire's map pick.
Cool. That's good to see, man. Yeah, those picks, of course, can decide, and they're gonna keep the game balanced. We're gonna see now the next round rolling some attempt by 06 to already get this intel. He moves the drones, of course, playing their part and doing whatever they need and they can do to help the team. And Aspire, I would say, I don't know if you agree, both, but like they desperately need a 4-2 here now, because just, you know, allow Fennix to go for a 5-1, then we're gonna know that Fennix gonna be pretty much confident to just keep doing whatever they're doing, because it's been working so well, right? And on, I would say, on the draft, on the ban side of things, you know, Fennix pretty much allows to keep doing what they're doing, like keep confidence, as we see now God trying to already take down the fair defensive systems. But again, things are rolling so well for them, and as you said, apparently a very well trained map by them, as we see already Casper being subject to a lot of damage, but 06 taking Carol down, and that's gonna mean that Fennix again have the numbers against Aspire.
Yeah, Aspire bringing various things to the board, but whatever they're trying, Fennix seems to have the answer and the way to counter them. Fennix doing phenomenal against Team Aspire right now, who's now on a 4-1 score. It can even turn this into 5-1, which will be crazy, but at the same time, even if this gets turned into 4-2, it's not a good help for on the defense. But either way, right now with a 4 versus 4 situation, has Snelly got a kill onto one of the Aspire players. It's probably getting a kill onto Future. Both with a kill onto Snelly, leaving only Casper and Hookah left. Snelly 4 versus 2. Casper finding 1 kill onto Major, bringing it to do 3 versus 2, but still the man actually very close in the counter here with Casper. Casper gets a kill onto one guy, 2 versus 2, but quickly reached right there by 06, leaving Hookah left standing in a 2 versus 1. The attackers have the diffuser and hence are in a good position to go for the plants, which is exactly what's happening here from 06. And a ball with a beautiful pre-fire headshot here onto Hookah, gets the kill. And this way, another round here goes to the offensive side of Fennix Esports. Leaves us with a 5-1 split score, which is just insane for an offensive team on a map like Café Dostoevsky. And with this, MG Aspire is up for a very big challenge if they want to work this around. Now they're playing on the offense.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna have this sides flipping, as you said, and interestingly to see that this last round was very dramatic, right? A lot of tradings, a lot of players falling on both sides to finally, you know, lead us to things where, like, Fennix, they were the better side against Aspire, and 5-1, it's very complicated to be reversed. It's possible, but it's complicated. And let's see if like Aspire, what they have like on their hands now changing to the attacking side. And as I said before, both Casper finally, I mean, we're talking on socials as well. He was reacting, to my previous casting where I was pounding with Kelson that Casper was taking some time to finally kill. We were joking a lot about this in the last stream, but anyways, Casper, he was a decisive player on the last round, and I'm sure that he's gonna be doing that more times. Of course, Rainbow Six is not just about killing, but like he usually takes some rounds to grow, and he definitely helps the team. So I'm eager to see how the team's gonna, push the pace to their side now against Fennix, because Fennix, again, they can totally use the scoreboard to their favor. They're totally confident to just, try some things and try to be more defensive than possible and try to take this one to their side.
Yes, this is going to be the first offensive round here for Aspire, where the defense should have favored them. They are going to get a new, fresh chance here on the offense. Statistically, shouldn't benefit them, but so it did for the side of Fennix. So maybe Aspire actually having the chance here. We can already see the first attackers working their way towards the building. Did I see someone enter? No, I did not. I must have missed that. But yeah, the attackers just, like the usual thing for Cafe, selling the building, trying to get a foothold, trying to find some utility, which is being done well here by Casper. A very annoying frost trap already off the board. So that's at least one danger eliminated. Also no new gems whatsoever, so bridging the wall is going to be very easy. With a guard here inside of the Sigger shop, that's going to be a tricky one because they need to flush him out in order to get control over this area.
Yes, and guard with his shotgun. Man, I love the shotgun, as I told you before when we casted last time. I guess it's going to be very cool to see his breaching power, as we have some image now from guard again, checking. Oh, he's so close. He's gonna be so close. Oh, that's the bullet that I wanted to see against Future. He was like so slow on the movement and finally so decisive. Taking the second one now against Carol, as we have Casper already with the drones, trying to see what can be done. And just like that, a very complicated round for them.
Attackers have recovered their
round. We see now both, but again, things keep complicated for Aspire as they have just Casper, and he's also out of the building. So how is he gonna get in there? Excuse me.
Yeah, just falling apart here for the side of Aspire. It's only Casper left standing in a 5 versus 1. There's 50 seconds on the clock, so technically things are possible, especially in these kind of situations. Opponents tend to get very greedy and play very aggressive, which also makes it a bit more of an easy target. But it seems that Casper is going a bit more for like a tactical timeout here for the team, where I'm wondering whether it's even going to be useful at all. But the only thing he can at least try in the invasion field for the Sky, a very strong position to be playing from. But as you can see, the defenders are more than aware of his position. They are just waiting for him to just stick his head out, at least for the smallest bit, to do some damage to attempt to get the kill. While one thing is pretty sure, Casper is not going to be able to win this round for his team. So this will be a 6-1 score for the side of Fennix Esports, securing their match point position. And for that reason, it's even a trickier situation, but then they will need to win 5 rounds in a row to basically 6 to still have a chance to get the map win. But for now, it's getting and it's not by time. It's because Ball getting the kill there in the very last seconds with a beautiful headshot, and it also means it's a flawless round here for the side of Fennix.
He was finally taken down. That was curious. And I have to say, of course, now I have to say about Casper the following. He is the best so far on the side of Aspire. He is the best player when it comes to the numbers, when it comes to the stats. So yeah, he's been tanking this attack. He's been, an essential cog machine on their side when it comes to attacking. And the other players need to step up a little bit more, especially because Aspire is on the attacking side. So I'm expecting that they've used pretty well the seconds that they just had to talk about the game and see what eventually they can even try to do on this moment, even though it could be also a conversation about the second map already, both, because things are pretty much looking sideways for them here.
Yeah, for Aspire it seems all but over, all over for this map. Yes, there's always a chance, never say never, but the odds are just getting so incredibly small right now. They need a miracle, they need to almost change from A to B, or A to Z. They need a complete change of personality, of tactics, of performance in every way. And well, they might just be able to get a few more rounds on the board, but I think the damage has already been done. But let's not judge them too hard. But either way, if it happens, if we reach the moment that Fennix will secure his first map win. And of course, there's a good chance for Aspire to take the moment, to take the break, to talk about things, and make a comeback on that second map. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, let's see how things gonna go from now on. Phoenix pretty much, yeah, reversing the expectations and doing their job, doing a good job here in Cafe Dostoyevsky. As we see the Aspire to grab this invasion, of course, the attack, of course, already looking into the windows, and vods stakes will cut down, meaning that Phoenix already have one man up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a good way for Aspire to start. The Jekyll lost as well. A huge help that he would have been to clear the building. But at the same time, it also seems there actually is not a single roamer on the side of Fennix. Every single Fennix member is currently playing downstairs in or near the bomb site. So at the same time, the Jekyll wouldn't have per se been too useful, although he could still be looking downstairs. But for now, there's already one player lost, which is a bigger problem for the side of Aspire. Close engagement is good, the capture as well. But at the same time, Carol does have control of the train. Is able to use his rem balls to open up the floor as much as possible to make it very difficult to play on side for those defenders. And then the other side, you can see Future already playing at the garage, getting ready to open up that lock-in freezer. And from here, he might have a new opportunity. But then 06 gets the kill on the Casper. And, well, Alex, things are not looking great for Aspire.
Yeah, not looking good, as we're gonna be eventually moving into the end of the map. Just 3 players versus 5. And slowly trying to, of course, catch someone from up. He already has the information. Is that gonna be enough? But Major took Future down, and just Carol and Snaily to try to do something here for Aspire's side. And yes, already beginning to think about next map, because Carol and Snaily eventually not gonna be enough to do this one. Yeah, they take the diffuser, but again, against 5 guys like that, it's complicated, both.
They also lost their one and only hard bridges, so the hatch onto the fireplace where Kyra was playing. They're not even going to do much. Like, yes, they can use the verticality, hopefully get some kills here, but they cannot drop their hatch. Almost 25 seconds remaining. They need to find a way into the bomb site a bit sooner, because there is not that much time. At least 1 kill has to be secured, so it's not going to be a flawless round for Fennix this time around. But yeah, things are looking pretty sure. Double the amount of manpower alive inside of Fennix. Attackers are not even attempting to make their way downstairs. Diffuser even getting lost as well. So Snelly is the only man standing, can get some kills, but there's no way in a position to win this round. Takes 2 more men to the grave. Triple kill for him instead. Almost gets a kill. That's a quad kill for Snelly. Taking down guards, but with no diffuser in hands. And while my safely playing in the bomb side, this match is all over for the side of Ryuga, or this map is all over for Ryuga, and we are seeing a 7-1 win from Fennix on this first map.
Yes, the moment that Flores died in the last round, I would say, you know, the heavy offensive potential on the side of Aspire went to the ground, because they had Flores, they had Gridlock, but the combination needs to be alive to make things happen when it comes to, you know, breaching and invading. But just Gridlock, and in the end was who was a pretty much, I would say, statical and explosive ending for Snaily, having his quad kill, but not enough, as we saw, like not managing to defuse. So overall, like when it comes to both sides, I would say Phoenix doing a very good job, and starting with the, you know, right foot, and then just managing to keep things rolling to their side. 1-0. There's nothing else to say. I mean, whatever Aspire could have tried, they did not manage to execute it, so it was a hard map for them.
Yeah, indeed. It's a very hard map here for the side of Aspire. Of course, it was the map pick of Fennix, so maybe that's also what gave Fennix a nice little boost. But that's, well, at least the first map now win and secured here by the side of Fennix. Quickly bringing up here the map bands right below us once more to refresh you of the map that we'll be going next to, and that is going to be Border, the map pick of MG Aspire. So potentially they will be able to make a comeback there, especially since it's their own map pick. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Maybe the damage is done. Maybe they have been emotionally drained already and they're just not feeling it anymore. And it might just be another upset match for this week. But hopefully, Aspire is going to be able to fight back. Not because I'm supporting them so much or favor them, but just because I want a very cool and close match, especially at this stage of the competition. So yeah, stay close. Don't go too far. Grab a drink, grab a snack. Hopefully, we'll be back in about 5 to 7 minutes with the second map. So see you guys in a moment. And welcome back, everyone. After a fairly short break, we're here back for the second. And well, there we go. That's the one thing I was talking about, the little issue that we might be having with the stream. So quickly going back to the game after having a quick view at at the casters here. But yeah, after a short break, we're back for the second map and potential last map of the evening. Because of course, Fennix Esports just won their first map with a 7-1 score on Café Dostoevsky. This is the map pick of MG Aspire, so the chance to make the comeback happen. But well, they really need to put up some effort here to actually make the comeback happen, because the 7-1 is pretty terrible to be honest, and they definitely need to do something to do better on this map.
Oh yeah, as we see the bands Ying, Jakal, and yes, Border being like the second most loved and most hated map, right? Again, picks are on the, I would say, one of the most, how can I say, balanced maps between the sides, but at the same time one of the most banned maps. The picks are kind of low compared to other maps, so it's a map that doesn't come much apparently, but like when it comes, offers like good times and good challenges for teams. As we see, Sol is also taken off this next map, Azami as well, so pretty comprehensible, pretty understandable bans, to be fair, on both sides here, bows. And let's see how things are gonna roll, because Fenrir was also played on the last map, but apparently not with a very high level of impact, since we've seen like Aspire losing on the defensive side mostly. So I don't know, just as I mentioned it, it's gonna come to the hands of Future. So let's see how they're gonna play this one.
Indeed, Border, a completely different map than Café Dostoevsky. In some ways similar, some ways not. Only 2 floors instead of 3, so the map is a bit less vertical, although most of the floors are destroyable. But yeah, generally easier to approach for the attackers, more ways to enter the building, not as much of a climb needed, the rooftop being completely useless pretty much even for the attacking side, except for quick rotations. But here for the defense, where Aspire is starting, should be favoring them. But again, we have seen on the previous map how that sometimes cannot be true, and or may not be true.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Oh, let's see that if they will be able to do better on this defense this time around, because on the last defense they only won 1 round, I believe. Yeah.
Attackers are heading out
different
to defuse
map,
the bomb.
different chance for Aspire to get back on this series. Just to reply to Pizza Parker in our chat, we're talking about 1 new on maps for Fennix, as you can see up in the scoreboard. So yeah, 7-1 on rounds on Cafe, as we just seen. It was a massacre in the favor of Fennix. Let's see if they're gonna repeat these doses against Aspire from now on, as we move them. As we move to the attacking side, to the phases of action now, and Fennix trying to propose game and bring, yeah, like some breaching with Ace and Flores. Let's see how they're gonna play together. Also to deny the gadgets from Aspire both.
Indeed, attackers actually are making a pretty quick entry. Ash Kwanga already being here on top of the eastern stairs, while Mai being right behind the soft wall. But we can also see Bandit play behind the mirror window, which easily can be dealt with those S charges, as Ash can now easily break the glass of those black mirrors. Mirror. What the fuck? I lost English. Mirrors. Thank you. That's the one I'm looking for. Mirrors. So Ash can easily deal with those. And that way they're getting quite vulnerable. Ball, however, unfortunately getting injured, not being taken out by impact, which is actually very interesting. Impact nades have been nerfed a little bit, and their radius has been decreased, so he actually managed to survive. But at the same time, 06 unfortunately lost his life, and Mario also got damaged quite a bit. And this way, Fennix is finding something.
Yes, you're trying to mention the mirror from Mira. It can get like tricky and complicated for us who are not, let's say, American natives. But anyways, Aspire now managing to keep their man alive, and that's already something that's better. Then we've seen that compared to what we've seen like in the last map in Fennix, just losing 0-6. We see now a little bit of an action on Fennix side, trying to go for this one. Kwanga taking Casper down, and guard goes for Future. So interestingly, they turn this table around against Aspire, leaving only Hoka and Znadian alive. They're gonna have to do it themselves, and they're gonna have to do more. Let's see. They're gonna be able, though, but nearly taken down. Hookah automatically delivers back the bullets. As we see, finally, the 4 being brought to the ground. Wow, that was a massive round by them. Not only having a dialogue with the objective itself, but killing a lot. As we have the final highlight by Twitch. Good job by Fennix again. They like to, have hot starts on the maps, apparently, both.
Yeah, where Fennix had a bit of a struggle on the start of the first bit of the round, and Aspire was actually looking pretty good. Things were easily and quickly changed around by the side of Fennix, and once again they managed to get the opening round onto the board while on the offense, and they're just continuing their momentum in this way from the previous match. Of course, it's only the very first round here of this map, so we cannot say too much about Aspire yet, but so far Fennix is looking good.
Fennix looking good, yes. And again, repeating some entries that they brought to Cafe on map number 1. Now we're talking about border, and I would love to know more about predictions from our chat. I just see here Jitzmeister bringing the comment that Aspire is gonna win this series with 2-1 on maps. Mark my words, he's very confident. Something that we do not know about eventually, both.
That's something we definitely something we definitely do not know about, and also something we haven't seen in that first round yet. Yes, technically, it was not a very bad round by Aspire, but it wasn't a great one either. And well, Fennix did do pretty good, so. Yeah, I'm just waiting to really see Aspire finally wake up and finally get some success, because they need to. It's an elimination match. The loser goes home, and well, neither of these two teams is ready to say goodbye to the competition. They're going to give everything in their power, but we're mostly seeing their power from the side of Fennix at this point. As well, they are being pretty successful so far. Bravo drones and Twitch drones also doing a good job on hacking and destroying bits of utility. Just easier. Once again, the shard being used for the mirror window already being shattered. Again, like I said, good utility used from the side of the offensive side, already weakening the defensive setup, which is only going to make things easier later on.
And already a very good drone by guard to get information, get intel when it comes to getting close to the bomb site, and of course also trying to deal some damage, but then again, Aspire also responding to that and seeing where they could be. And just like that, Casper goes to the ground. It's already 1 man down. Not gonna have a Wamai for the rest of the round. Complicated scenario again for Aspire. Almost losing future. There it is. Down he goes against 0-6. And another very solid composition by Fennix. Killing a lot. Double kill by 0-6. He goes for triple. No way, 0-6. What are you doing now? What a work by him. Guard taking down only Hookah again as the clutcher. Not wanting to be the clutcher in that condition, but again, the last man alive on the side of Aspire. And things again not looking sound for them. So there it is, 2 new bows.
Yeah, it's a 2-0 here again for Fennix. I believe. Let me just quickly try to recall on Cafe. It was a 3 rounds or 4 rounds of Fennix before Aspire finally got their first round. So they were struggling in Cafe, and so far they are on border as well. 2 rounds in a row here for Fennix. Of course, going to be looking to add another one to the boards. But we'll see how that will be going. For now, of course, it's the same thing as what we have seen in Cafe Dostoevsky. 2 defensive round losses on a row from Aspire. Therefore, going to a different bomb site as that top floor just clearly isn't working for them. And well, hopefully this new and different bomb site, which is of course plays very differently, works very differently, might provide them with some opportunities here.
Yeah, and finally some Valkyrie on the hands of Snilly to try to cover the whole upper floor, eventually having the level of information she can bring, especially on smaller spaces. So Snilly, to bring this operator to the table. Let's see how things are gonna roll from now on. Aspire needing to respond, also to to help to fulfill expectations from followers and fans. Aspire needing to do more. I'm sure they did not swim so far to this point of the competition, both to just die, on the beach.
Yeah.
They want to do more. They want to surely
Bomb
get
diffuser
to
has been
face
dropped.
Envision on the
Attackers
next
have
week.
recovered their diffuser.
But again, Fennix also wants to do that, and it's gonna be a pretty tough match to be fair, because Envision so far they were in the upper brackets in the finals, losing to Ghost Army for 2-0. But yeah, that's another scenario. That's another story. Now Fennix and Aspire are gonna have to keep doing the best they can, as we could see already some of these gadgets to be there and help, because Fennix, yes, joining again and invading and doing more and getting information.
As we can see, the side of Fennix kind of spreading out, so like a small squad focusing on the top floor, which is vital for both of the attack and the defense. Defenders can use it to defend the bombs from above, while attackers can use it to attack the bomb site from above. So in many ways it's very useful, but at the same time you can see Blitz already entering the building very early, using his shield to protect himself, can also use it to flash the opponents. But at the same time, two members of the side of Fennix losing their lives, also two on the side of Aspire, taking even man count right now. But as Carol drops down from the hatch, he finds ball. It's that annoying Blitz at least off the board. And now two members of Fennix find themselves locked outside of the building with no ground gained whatsoever, only losses in terms of man count and damage being done. Diffuser also not in hand at the moment, is laying in front of the front door, and a bit back to basically back to square one. They haven't accomplished anything. They have, of course, leveled out the man count of Aspire a little bit. They have taken 2 people to the grave, but they haven't gained an advantage here. And that's the thing, of course, that they're looking for. And then Squonga then unfortunately falls with the diffuser in hands. It's all coming down to 06, which just got the kill into Carol, but find himself in a 1 versus 2 with the diffuser lost on enemy territory.
Yes, and Blitz, of course, breaching and coming in strongly, but the following steps are hard for him. He can always be caught by surprise from the back position. That's almost what happened, and Hookah taking 06 down again. He was alone. It was going to be hard for him anyways. So this is an interesting response by Aspire, to try to create a situation, try to to break the streak, let's say, from Fennix side, both. That's what they need to do, and they managed to do this so far.
Yeah, and we can officially say that MG Aspire is technically doing better than a Cafe Dostoevsky, because on Cafe it took them 3 or 4 rounds to at least, 4 or 5 rounds to get a first point on the board. Here they have done it a little bit sooner, so that's at least some positivity to say about the team. But either way, also one thing I wanted to point out earlier, whatever the outcome of this match, both teams have done an incredible job and have come very far. We started the season with a total of 24 teams, and right now we're only left with 8 teams right now. So whoever loses, they will end up in the 7th and 8th spot of this competition. So we'll have made it to the top 33% of the game, which is still a very nice accomplishment. But of course, both of these two teams would like to get to the top 6 or even to the top 4, 3, or even to the grand final. And in order to do that, they will need to win this match here and today.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Yes, some small forfeits on the way, but that's very, that's something very happy to see. Again, the competition having a lot of good games, like playing regularly, without issues and just rolling well. A lot of 2-0s, of course, but also some 2-1s. So for all those following us and watching us, just keep tuned, and let's keep catching up with these fellas, these monsters from the Rainbow Six European scene, because they're doing their best. And Aspire obviously not giving up yet. There's a lot of game to be rolled and to be played, and they're gonna have also an attacking side. So I'm assuming they're gonna be more aggressive on the attacking side, Aspire, as compared to what they did on whatever they did on Cafe. So those questions are gonna be replied on the way. Now already round number 4, things are being set and prepared here, as we see Kwanga already having some level of information. Grim on the hands of Boris. That's going to be useful to lock, to control the crowds on small rooms, as we know. Guard already trying to break this window, and of course having the information. The Future already goes and takes Boris down, as I was just mentioning. Grim on his hands, and we have a 5v4 for Aspire here, boss.
Yeah, once again, Aspire starting with a good position to be in a 4 versus 5 man count with almost half of the round already expired. But unfortunately, as I'm saying that, Future loses his life and has to plunk up on a carry with a response, but taking out guard. Still man count advantage here for the side of Aspire. But of course, it's going to be very close. And we shouldn't count on Fennix. We have seen how many times they can easily work back into the favor. And Kwanga making a good start
Attackers have
to
recovered their
that by
diffuser.
taking out Snelly and getting a second, this third for the round by taking out Hook as well. And suddenly it's Fennix finding themselves with the man advantage, with only Carol and Casper in their way.
Yes, Carol, Casper, the alive players on the side of Aspire against 3 players from Fennix. Let's see what is gonna happen because Carol is playing this patiently, and he's got the chance to wait and see, check out spots. Casper close to him. That's what we need to do, but the attack is going in. Just like that 06 attacks, takes Carol down, and we have also Casper giving those damage, those bullets back into Major. It's gonna be a 2v1. Casper going again, searching for it, but Kwanga was more of a player and found the play himself, you know, getting out of the cover and managing to kill him very fastly. Good to see. And Fennix just like that, ramping up again, 3-1. They're gonna be able to say maybe in the combos, okay, was not, you know, was not a 3-0, but it's a 3-1. Do you guys remember the first map, etc.? They're gonna be surely like more confident than Aspire boys at the moment.
Oh yeah, sure. For now, Fennix, of course, having 3 rounds on the board in attack, which is already like a good start for them, a good minimum to do on this first half.
Attackers need to locate
Already
and
now all
defuse
eyes are
bombs.
focused to the side of MG Aspire, where they should start getting some rounds on the board now, if they want to have a good chance in the second half once they go to the offense. But well, in order to get some points on the board, they are going to a different bomb site because they have played the top floor 3 times in total now, of which 3 times they didn't manage to succeed. The only bomb site they have managed to win was on the ground floor. And of course, since they only played that shortly ago, they cannot go there yet. And for this, they will be going to Tellers and Bathrooms, which is a very good bomb site, especially since the rework of Border, which already happened quite a bit of time ago. But since that rework, this bomb site has become very viable. It's a very good and strong bomb site, especially if the team knows how to defend it properly. And well, as you can see, the top floor is going to play a huge role in this defense, as we can see a total of 4 members being located there, with the only player downstairs being Castle, and accompanied by Snell. But anyway, with the top floor being so important, likely the attackers of Team Fennix are also going to prioritize on taking control over that area first. Although,
Yes,
Ash already in the building.
Yes, there off we go. And I love to see a little bit of Sledge with Ash and man, Gridlock. So yes, in Flores, we're talking about, yeah, they're gonna come in. They're gonna come in for good against Aspire folks in a bit. Let's just see how that's gonna be played out. We have the usual stairs work, very crucial region to rotate to the upper floors. We have a little bit of Boris and again 06. How do you cast him both? 06? 06?
0606, I am not even sure, to be honest. So 0606, both are fine, I guess.
I guess 06 is gonna be easier for them, for us also to get it. Guard. And we have just like that 06 taking Kwangam 2. Nice combination, 2 men down the side of Aspire. Not a complicated round for them. These 3 guys, Sledge things. The bullet was delivered by Boris, also smart on the damage side of things. And just like that, Fennix looking stronger again. Drop this one, just Future down. It's gonna be the last one alive, folks.
Yeah, just again, Aspire just completely falling apart. Yes, they managed to get at least 1 round on the board here, but Fennix is just so much better, or at least performing better at this moment. A 4-1 score where we're now going to the last defensive round of Aspire. I am hoping, I am praying for them that they can at least get 1 more round on the board, turn this into a 4-2 split, which is doable once they go to the offense. Isn't great, but it's doable. But if this again becomes a 5-1 score split, just like we've seen in Café Dostoevsky, yeah, then I think the guys of Aspire can better start backing, because I don't think they will last much longer then.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna last long.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Yeah, again, it's their last window here that it's beginning to be wrapped up against Fennix. And I was gonna talk about the operators' versatility or changes that they could promote since they're on the defensive side, both because
Attackers have
we've
located
seen
a bomb.
Valkyrie before. Valkyrie
Oh, yeah.
finally brought back, but let's see if this time is gonna be more successful than the last time. We have not seen, for example, Pulse or Mozi, operators that could totally, again,
Yeah.
buy you time, right? Like
For
totally
sure.
enable and disable your opponent's gadgets, because that's what they need to do. They
10
need
seconds left
to
before
seize.
insertion.
They need to grasp the pace of the game against Phoenix, because Phoenix they do
5
not,
seconds
they
left.
do know what to do, so they do not wait a lot to, make their actions
Attackers
and
are
moves.
moving to
And
defuse a bomb.
on Phoenix side, maybe some Nomad, but again, the game's gonna go to their side. It's already rolling well for them, so not a lot of necessary or needed changes, I would say, when it comes to those operators and gadgets, because they're picking well, and that's why they repeat almost the last picks that we've seen on the last round, both with Slash, especially, and like Ash, and almost the same, setup on the offensive side that we've seen.
Well, I was about to point out a bit of positivity for the side of Aspire, but then
Yeah.
here Edge gets the first opening kill onto Carol. But the positivity that I wanted to point out is the
Yeah.
bomb sides. They have played this bomb side once before, and they actually managed to win it. It's the only bomb side that Aspire has won so far. So if they're going to get another defensive win, then surely this is the right bomb side to do so. But yet, of course,
Attackers
there's
have
also
dropped
the
the bomb
tricky,
diffuser.
especially with that opening kill. Also, Casper playing upstairs, trying to go for a sneaky flank, but unfortunately getting droned out. So his position is now known. And after this, he makes the very smart consideration to just fall back to the side, choose for his life rather than a risky play, which hopefully will give him a new opportunity later on.
Yes, we have 06 being crucial to the team, 7-2 on kills, but followed by Kwanga with 9-1 when it comes to the KDA, meaning his kills versus deaths that he's had so far. So the major offensive players on Phoenix side totally doing their job and already taking Carol down. So it's going to
Attackers recovered
be
the
even
bomb
more
diffuser.
complicated for them to reverse this one, because Boris also takes Casper down. It's going to be another tough round for them. Boris taken by Sneely, trying to move around. We have Hoka also trying to get information, working on the elbows. We have finally some damage coming from the Aspire side, but off we go. It's another very daunting round for them, both.
Yeah, we're left now with a 4 versus 1 situation, with Hookah being the only defender left standing. Turns into a 3 versus 1. Diffuser meanwhile being planted, but before the diffuser even got planted, it's 06 with that final kill onto the last player of Aspire. And once again, just like on Cafe Dostoevsky, we're left with a 5-1 split score. A disappointing 5-1 split score, where Aspire is now going to be the offensive team, which might even be more tricky for them. And where Fennix is going to be playing on the defensive side, which, well, could benefit them pretty well.
Yeah, we're going to go for the change. Igoyo being brought up on the last round by Aspire. On the other hand, Phoenix going for more of a standard
Attackers
attack,
need to locate and defuse
set of
bomb.
operators, going for multi-angle offensive choices. And I say this because of Ace and Sledge, of course. But they're managing to combine, those choices, those picks with other stuff. So it's very like, I would say, smart way of playing by
Bomb
Phoenix.
located
Very
by
well picked operators so far. 5-1 again, and just Master on the chat. Never mind, it's over. He's not confident anymore about Aspire doing this one for a 2-1 maps as he stated before. So yeah, I mean, Aspire not inspiring a lot of confidence here, to make a terrible joke when it comes to the timing
5
here.
seconds
Post,
left
but anyways,
before insertion.
another map going sideways for them.
Yeah,
Attackers
good joke for
objective
team
is to
performing
defuse the
not
bomb.
too good, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like I said, right now we have the role swap happen. It's Aspire on the offense, so we're getting a bit of freshness for them, something that might work out better. Maybe they will be able to do better on the attack than they did on the defense. But in Cafe, they didn't manage to do that, but perhaps on Border, they will be able to do so. Because, of course, maps can just favor you better than the other map. Well, perhaps this is a better map for Aspire. They picked it for a reason, so they should be able to both defend and offend on this map. The defense didn't work out, but at least they should be able to offend. They should have prepared something here, and I'm very curious to see what it is and whether it's good enough to take down Fennix. Well, that's a good start. That's the opening kill.
You see? Nothing like a good side flip to help your team to regain the confidence. Let's see if that's gonna, be extended all over the round, because Aspire now are gonna have to push more for that and attack and be strong, especially. Again, in numbers they're not looking solid. Of course, it's almost the end of the map here, but just those 6 taken down opens a chance for Aspire to do something here, both.
Indeed, I mean the 4 versus 5 are just continuing. There's still more than half of the rounds remaining for Aspire. But there's plenty of time to locate those defenders, find out where they're playing, weaken their defensive setup, and make it even easier to attack the bomb site and go for the initial execution onto the bomb site. Carol already descending the hallway, getting closer and closer. Let me also future getting a kill onto Kwanga. That's the mirror of the board as well. Very unfortunate there for the side of Fennix. It's like you also see 4 being lost. This will make things significantly harder. Another mirror window also attempted to be breached by the Ace Charge, but luckily with the Mirror Jammer off guard, playing right behind this mirror window himself. Will manage to fortify the position a little bit longer and stay up later a little bit longer. And Major going to kill on the snare. 3 versus 4, which now being turned into 2 versus 4.
Yeah, crucial role with the Bureau here finally being almost totally destroyed. And oh my god, we could see a very good job by Future responding here and taking a lot of players down on the side of Fennix. And the damage, so playing a key role for Aspire to still believe on this game with a 5 versus 2 on rounds here, Bose. Let's see if that's going to be enough. It was a very, very good drop on the end for them. And yeah, depending again on the individuality, right? So whenever some players, they step up and they help the team to create those new gunfights, to create something that the opponent's not being able to see, that's when, you know, Aspire begins to believe again in the game. But Fennix, as you said before, I would say whatever you stated for us when it comes to the first map is going to apply itself also to the second map. So Fennix having a better overall plan as a team and playing in a more organic way.
Yeah, and the thing is, I must say the previous round from Aspire, the offensive round, was actually somewhat convincing. It was a pretty good round from them, so I hope that there's more where that was coming from. I mean, they will need a total of 3 more round wins to even things out and bring things to a 5 versus 5. So evening out the score is still quite far away, and there's plenty of opportunity for Fennix to win some defensive rounds here. They are going back to the same bomb site, going for the second attempt, just like Aspire has done plenty of time as well. But for neither of the 2 teams, the top 4 has been working out so far. Aspire played 3 times, lost it 3 times, and the side of Fennix now played it once and lost it once as well. So the win rates for the defensive side on the top 4 definitely not looking good for this match.
Looking complicated. Let's see if there's anything, as you said, still to be brought to the table by Aspire. With 2 rounds now, we're gonna have the breach, we're gonna have the invasion at any moment, and yes, so I would say Aspire changing around and trying to bring new choices, new operators. Let's see if that's gonna play out. Interesting now the angle of the Snail trying to believe in a potential entry here. Hookah already going, I would say more clear way. He finds his 06. Wow. That was a fast one, getting out of the cover and taking him down very fastly.
That 06 being the opening kill once more, so for the second round in a row. Previous round he was playing as Ramai as well, so 06 not being doing too good for the second half of the match, but in general he has been doing well. He's actually I also would say top fragger of their team, but actually Kwanga will has 1 more kill, but is a very valuable player for Aspire, and getting him as the opening kill twice in a row now, that's great. And who's the next one that you can take out, just like in the previous round as well? That's Kwanga. 2 top fraggers of the side of Fennix taken care of. Leaving the lesser performing players of Fennix in terms of kills last time, provides a good opportunity to the side of Aspire. Unfortunate for step there from Future, but he can get himself up. Will have a broken leg, will leave a blood trail, and will have very limited HP, but at least he's still in the game.
Casper finding some kills and Aspire believing in the game. As you said, the top fraggers went to the ground. Apparently the confidence on Fennix side also fell a lot after those badly executed battles, and just Major and Guard are gonna have to play this one by themselves against 4 players on the side of Aspire. We've seen that Future is taking Major down. Just Guard now. Is he gonna be able to do something using the cover? Needs to get a reload here and check again whatever he can still do at this point versus 3 players. But that's bad news because Aspire, they had the diffuser and Hookah just, rushed into him to find this elimination. And Aspire totally different here. It's a different team, I have to say, both compared to before. They are reopening the game and they are believing it. And so that's the best, that's the best part of sports, right? When you suddenly show something else, you believe on it again, and you try your best to equal things. And Fennix, on the other hand, they cannot feel anxious. They need to just drop this one and close the window that Aspire is trying to open.
Yeah, there's a clear improvement here being visible from the side of Aspire. They have been winning 2 rounds in a row right now on the offense. And well, potentially there's more where that's coming from, because especially Fennix going back to the same bomb site for the 3rd time in a row now. That's something that Aspire has never done. Whenever they lost twice, they always went to a different bomb site first. But Fennix seems to be very confident that they must be able to at least get 1 round on the board on this bomb site. And I mean, the saying, I don't know whether they have it in the Brazilian Portuguese language, but the saying in English goes, of course, like a 3rd time the charm. So the 3rd attempt should be working out here for the side of Fennix, if the saying is right. And well, I guess they're believing in that it might just work out after all.
Yeah, we have some specific sayings. But again, yeah, it's that late window. It's like, as we say in soccer, to be fair, it's like it feels like scoring a goal in the last minute. So as we say, like scoring like a 90 minutes goal, it's a miracle. It still can happen for Aspire, but again, they need to keep doing that. What they're doing, like they came up from like 5-1, 5-2, 5-3. The game is being reopened, so slowly they're finding their own confidence to potentially play this one against Fennix. And Fennix are gonna have to show that the game, or show why the game and the map are still defensive. But specifically border, as we know, right, goes, it's very, very even. So I would not be surprised if Aspire just keep like, picking and collecting rounds from now on.
Yeah, Aspire has a good chance to actually win some attacking rounds rather than defensive rounds, and so far they have done so. They won only 1 defensive round and 2 offensive rounds. So far the offense is indeed working out better for them. But the question is whether they are being able to keep up the performance that they are on right now. Once again, it is the opening kill from the side of Aspire once more. It's Majo this time. It's not 06 losing his life, but Majo being the first to fall. But either way, nonetheless, it's a great pick. But it's actually 06 getting the response this time, finally contributing to the team as a defensive player. He was a great player for side of Aspire as well. And Carroll with a kill on the ball, Kwanga with a kill on the future, so like a bit of going back and forth here. But this leaves us with a 3 versus 3 as of this moment.
Yeah, we see Casper believing in a locked position. We're gonna see him rolling. Casper, Carroll, and Hookah. It depends on these 3 guys to reverse the game against Fennix Esports. Let's see where they're gonna go. Kwanga already checking also Pixel. So it's a very, very dramatic ending, right? I mean, it could go to either ways. We're talking about eventually a wrap up by Fennix or a response in like a draw by Aspire, which will be lovely from an esports perspective. So yes, comeback is the word on the chat now. Hey, watching KZ, hey folks, thanks for staying with us. BO3 and all guard. Again, repeating the pixel, right? And using this wall to defend the spot. As we see Hookah rotating.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Mira dropping because things were getting too hot, and the Ash trying to put some pressure from below, not expecting the Mira to have dropped and getting a very easy kill there. Right now, a 3 versus 2 in the favor of Fennix. Long time since we have seen a man advantage in their favor. And right now, it's a bit of a standstill here for Aspire. Getting the kill on 6, however, but then muted with the kill response immediately. Leaving Casper left standing, who has dropped the hatch as well. Will need to sprint and put every bit of energy and speed that he has to go for full rotation to come for the complete other side. But guard seems to be aware, and with the shotgun, he gets the easy kill. And that's Fennix securing another point and securing the map and match points, as they already won the previous map, as they now have reached the 6-3 scoreline.
Yes, match point for Fennix. Final decisions eventually. Let's see how things are gonna go. Aspire eventually, aspiring for a last chance here against Fennix. And Fennix, as a Fennix, opening the wings and finding their path. It will be a kind of a surprising win to Neil, considering the stats and the information we had before the match happened. But again, the match needs to be played. And over here, Phoenix doing a very good job. It's not lucky. It's about work. It's about bringing the best options together. They have
Oh
been the
yeah.
dominant force in this game, right, Pose?
Yeah, indeed. And like we said, indeed, for about the previous bomb site, third time the charm, indeed, because Fennix, after the third attempt, finally managed to win the top floor bomb site, which they now must go to a different bomb site, and therefore they go into the ground floor. The only bomb site on the defense that was won by Aspire now in the hands of Fennix to play on this one.
10
Aspire,
seconds
of
to
course, as they
insertion.
were very successful on this bomb site, they know how to defend this bomb site,
5
and
seconds to go.
well, potentially they therefore also know very well how to attack it. Once again, we are seeing
Attackers'
extension
objective is to
happening to the
locate a
top
bomb
floor,
and defuse
just
it.
like Aspire did. Both teams know how valuable the top floor can be. And the question is, will Aspire go for the top floor as well, where Fennix earlier was not very successful at capturing the top floor and lost a lot of manpower there. But at the same time, yeah, maybe Aspire will be more successful.
Yes, we see Hookah already making the first moves. And Aspire, of course, opening those spots, trying to get the information. Let's see who's gonna kill first. Because in the last rounds, it has been Aspire. They have been, having like better starts. But then things just get salty eventually during the rounds. As we see now, some work from Carol to try to get this information. And already, of course, getting together with Casper to control that corridor, that floor. To be fair, it's gonna be a complicated defensive effort by Phoenix.
Yeah, because currently we're having a total of 3 defensive players up top, so the defenders are the attackers are definitely up for a challenge. The members of Aspire to gain control of the side, but at the same time, there's also the pools playing from below, having a C4 in the pocket that he can throw and detonate at any time, but potentially also some other members on the team. Yeah, the Valkyrie as well, who also has a C4, who's not throwing C4, going for the explosion, maybe. I mean, the Pulse is just waiting for the call, but in the end, they miss out on the C4. But Guard also lost his life, and Squangar got a kill on the customer. 4 versus 4, maybe the 3 versus 4 as Future gets the kill onto Guanga. Attackers currently in the lead, in the better position. Also, barely making it out of his life as he's dropping the hatch to rotate back and fall back to the bomb site. But I think this is the moment that the attackers have now gained full top floor control, where they can now start opening up those floors, making it very difficult to play on site. But they still need to be careful of the pulse. He did use the C4, which seemingly was covered by some indestructible debris. But in the end, 2 kills from the side of Fennix onto Aspire bring us to a 3 versus 2 with Fennix in the man.
Yes, and Pulse definitely essential on the side of Phoenix here, giving the information and checking those heartbeats to prep the best defense possibly against Aspire, who's gonna rely just on Carol taken down by Boris. And there it is. That was successfully done by them. A defeat against Aspire. And just like that, they have the victory here. Both fantastic, not a surprise when it comes to comparing whatever they did on the first map, especially considering the evolution of the rounds. There was a potential moment for Aspire to get back on track on the middle of the map number 2, but that was just not enough, and suddenly it was too late because I would say Phoenix, they kept changing and like innovating on their operators, and they attacked better.
Yeah, it was a very good attempt on Aspire to actually make the comeback happen. They definitely did better than on Café Dostoevsky. They got at least 2 more rounds on the board this time, from 7-1 to 7-3, but it is simply not good enough. Fennix making absolute good use of this situation, getting the points on the board and winning this match right here and right now, eliminating yet another team from the MG organization. We already have seen minions being eliminated, and today it's the Aspire team. So for the MG organization, there's only one team left standing, one team left to put their fate on, which is MG Ryuga, which is already waiting in the next rounds of this lower brackets. But yeah, the numbers are definitely decreasing for the MG organization, unfortunately. But either way, like I already said at one point before, like losing out at this point, dropping out at this point of the competition isn't that bad of a thing, because you are already in the top 8 teams, so in the top 33% of this competition, because we started out with 24 teams. So you have already come a huge way. Unfortunately, no prize pool to be won, no no great notability, credibility in terms of that, because like it's 7, 8. I mean, it's good, but it doesn't look that good, unfortunately. But either way, it's still a huge accomplishment. And like even for a team like Aspire in this case, I definitely hope to see them again in a future season.
Yeah, I would too. They play, in a potentially good way. They just gotta adjust some points. But talking about Phoenix, they're gonna have a huge challenge next week against Envision,
Yeah,
and Envision surely are not gonna be wanted to taken off of these playoffs table. So I would say it's gonna be a tough game. As much as Molotov getting against Frequency, to see he's gonna be playing against MG Ryuga, still on the lower brackets. So a lot of good games from now on. As you said, the final 7 teams alive here,
yeah.
and it's gonna get tougher and tougher, boys.
Yeah, because as you can see, there's one more match remaining in the lower bracket, round 3, which is where we are right now. There is going to be MVG versus Team Frequency, of which the winner then will go to Ryuga. And well, this match is taking place tomorrow, so we don't need to wait too long to actually figure out which team we're going to say goodbye to and which team is going to face Ryuga, and well, which team is going to fill the other spot in the top 7-8 teams, after which we're only going to have 6 remaining. So this is going to happen tomorrow. I believe tomorrow it will be all next and Yannick on the cast. So make sure to tune in again. Same time as always, 7:30. Excuse me, is when the match is starting. But for now, this means it is. Well, that's it for me and you right now for this evening. Lennox, thank you again for being here. I believe this was your first time here on ESA Cup right now. And I mean, like I already said before, you came originally from the Call of Duty scene, and I can already notice you're getting better and better. So I'm actually very happy to have you on board. And beyond thanking you, I want to thank all our viewers for tonight. I want to thank MG Aspire for participating. And I hope to see you all in the near future.
Yes, thanks, Bose. Thanks, folks. Thanks, friends. Has been awesome. Has been quite an adventure, and I'm hoping slowly beginning to please you guys. So yeah, stay with us, and we're gonna see each other soon.
Have a good evening, everyone. See you tomorrow.